Yes.
So for me to pass on this occasion,
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I've done well.
You are right. So you have 2 more questions.
Yeah.
We'll give some flexibility, though the rules strictly say 3 supplementary. Being a leader, we are giving you some dispensation.
Mr. Speaker, with respect, just for the records, having 5 supplementary as a leader comes as of right. Please, if we may refer to the standing orders.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Refer to the standing orders and tell me where specifically.
No, Mr. Speaker, you invoke the rule that I'm not entitled. So you are to guide us with the rule.
So standing on.
Welcome to the Political Round with me, the voice right on Ghana MTVGH. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on the notifications so that anytime videos of this nature are uploaded, you'll be notified.
In the name of Osahin Alexander Kwame Afenyo Markins, Member of Parliament for Efutu and Minority Leader, you have the floor. The Road and Highways Minister is seated.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity, and thank you, Honorable Minister, for coming. Oftentimes you come here to harass leadership. Today you are here to answer questions.
Honorable Minority Leader, please proceed to ask the question.
Mr. Speaker, I take this opportunity to ask the Minister for Roads and Highways what necessitated suspension of the National Roads Authority Act 2024, Act 1118, and to provide clarity on the legal basis for such a ministerial action. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Minister, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. My answer to the respected minority leader. The National Road Authority Act 24, Act 1180, was passed by Parliament and assented to by His Excellency the President on the 31st of July 2024. Subsequently, the staff of the Ghana Highway Authority petitioned the President over the establishment of the National Road Authority and intimated industrial action. The ministry then filed a complaint to the National Labour Commission to halt the industrial action. The National Labour Commission, after hearing the parties, directed that the implementation of the National Road Authority be put on hold and engage in further consultation with the Union of the Ghana Highway Authority and other stakeholders. The ministry is currently in consultation with the Attorney General's Office for advice on the next step.
Yes, any supplementary question?
Rightly so, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Minister, you are well aware that no legislation has ever had 100% acceptance by the general public, particularly the direct stakeholders that are affected by this. Is it your case that the mere action by the stakeholders that you mentioned in petitioning the authorities was compelling enough to make a public declaration of, as you put it, a suspension of a legislation?
Yes, Minister, I have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as I mentioned earlier, it was the National Labour Commission that directed that the implementation be suspended and further engagement with stakeholders be carried out. I only highlighted that when I became a minister, that the National Labour Commission, to avert unrest at the ministry, directed the suspension whilst we engage further with Ghana Highway Authority particularly. I am not aware that it was just a mere resistance. By the way, Ghana Highway Authority is the most significant in the three entities: highways, urban road, and feeder road. But irrespective of their influence, it is the intention of government to have a peaceful work atmosphere at the ministry for all of them to work harmoniously. And I can guarantee you we are doing all this within the ambit of the law. There was no unilateral decision by government to suspend. Rather, we are just following the advice of the National Labour Commission.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes, any further supplementary?
Rightly so, Mr. Speaker.
Very well.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Minister tells this House that the suspension was as a result of a directive by the National Labour Commission. By way of a background, I am aware that the National Labour Commission is an adjudicating body. As part of its powers, it can make interim orders when a matter is pending before it. As part of the clarity, is the minister telling this august House that the directive that he refers to is one of such interim orders made by the National Labour Commission? And if so, can he, at the appropriate time, provide a copy of such ruling to this House if he is not immediately available?
Honorable Minister, limit your answer to whether or not you can provide the House the appropriate order.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Yes, I can provide that to the House. All those that has transpired between the National Labour Commission and the Ministry forms part of documentation forwarded to Attorney General for advice. And once we get the advice on the next step forward, I shall be in the House to update the House accordingly.
Yes, supplementary number 3.
Mr. Speaker, just by way of clarity, Honorable Minister, are you saying that pursuant to the directive or the interim ruling of the Labour Commission, which ruling you complied, you did so without first recourse to the Attorney General? Is that your case?
Well, I didn't say that. What I said was that before I assumed office as a minister, the agencies were already in dispute, and the ministry appeared before National Labour Commission together with the parties. And at that interim ruling, they were directed to suspend implementation and carry out further negotiations to come to an amicable solution. That was not achieved. When I became a minister, I also attempted a number of times and we couldn't come to an amicable conclusion. That was the reason we are seeking the advice of the Attorney General on the way forward.
Yes,
Yeah.
we'll give some flexibility, though the rules strictly say 3 supplementary.
No,
By
no,
being a leader,
no.
we are giving you
No,
some dispensation.
Mr. Speaker, with respect, just for the records, having 5 supplementary as a leader comes as of right. Please, if we may refer to the standing orders.
Yes.
Yes, Mr.
Refer
Speaker.
to the standing orders and tell me where
Yeah,
specifically.
no, Mr. Speaker, you invoke the rule
Yes.
that I'm not entitled. So
Okay.
you are to guide us with the rule.
So, standing order 89,
Check.
2.
Yes.
The member who asks a question may be allowed to ask not more than 3 supplementary questions
Mr. Speaker,
on the
that's on leaders.
substantive,
There's
on the substantive question.
for leaders.
That is the position based on which I said you are entitled to 3 questions. But being a leader, we can give you
No, not you
some
can.
flexibility. However, if you are telling me by the rules you are entitled to 5 questions, then the onus is on you to show me the rules by which you are entitled to 5 questions.
Very well. Mr. Speaker, with respect, Mr. Speaker, you are my senior at the bar. And at the bar, there is this courtesy we are called our seniors. That seniors are never wrong. Seniors are never wrong. Mr. Speaker, seniors go through some period of oversight. But, Mr. Speaker, 89.3, sir. I'm fortified by 89.3, sir.
Yes, so let's read 89.3.
Together. Yes.
Any other member may be allowed to ask not more than 2 supplementary questions. And any other member in this case is a member other than the person asking the question.
Read all.
Read all. That's a whole.
Mr. Speaker, read all.
Except that the majority and the minority leader are co-leaders, may each ask not more than 5 supplementary questions on the substantive questions.
Mr. Speaker,
you
am I
are
right?
So you have 2 more
Mr.
questions
Speaker,
to ask.
have I passed?
You are right. So you have 2 more questions to ask.
No, Mr. Speaker, it's difficult to pass your exam.
Yes.
So for me to pass on this occasion,
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I've done well.
You are right. So you have 2 more questions.
Honorable Minister, we know that the AG's office assigns legal assistant to the various ministries. What you are telling this House, which have become part of the records of this House, is to the effect that you actually complied with a directive of the Labour Commission prior to the AG's intervention. And by the way, I'm quite curious, having regard to the fact that the mandate of the Labour Commission has to do with labor-related issues. This is a substantive law that deals with a whole range of issues in the sector. As to whether, in terms of jurisdiction, the Labour Commission acted within its jurisdiction or perhaps acted in want of jurisdiction or acted without jurisdiction is another matter. But these are matters of law. I wouldn't want to burden you with saying. But is it your case that upon assumption of office, having regard to your own explanation that only yesterday I thought you've changed.
Conclude your question.
Having regard to the fact that he himself tells us that he engaged in further negotiation upon assumption of office. Is it his argument that in all of these, he did not engage the Attorney General prior?
Honorable Minister, hold it. Honorable Leader, I think flowing from his answers, he came to meet that particular order, carry out the order, and ferry the issue to the Attorney General for advice. So, if you are confronted with an order, are you to determine the legality or otherwise of the order? You carry it out and ferry it to the Attorney General. So if there are legal issues, the Attorney General on behalf of the ministry would then pick up the issue with either the court or the Labour Commission.
Mr. Speaker, we shall continue to use this platform as a classroom to learn. I am therefore yielding to the superior views that you've just expressed and will not belabor the matter that I have raised. So I will shift so that we can make progress.
Very well.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Mr. Speaker, may I know from the Honorable Minister whether the issue that the stakeholders are pursuing or have pursued at the Labour Commission is only on an aspect of the law which deals with labor issues, or is on the entire law?
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. After engaging the stakeholders on a number of occasions, I see in my personal view, the issues are fundamental to the whole act. And that is why we believe the best step forward is to ask the Attorney General to advise on the way forward.